Okay, so I basically just recorded a whole video in slow-mo. So, yeah, that's great. So, this video, I have been trying to do this video for months now. Basically, it's just like a update kind of thing. Me and Squish actually were gonna do this video together, and we started it. However, my dog was crazy throughout the whole video, and then we had just finished working out, so we kind of were just tired and we just didn't want to deal with it. But we were supposed to redo this video, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm very not on top of my videos as I should. So I'm just gonna do it solo, and this is gonna be like my point of view. I was thinking about adding his clip of how he felt, because he did in fact answer the question. So we'll see about that with my editing skills. I don't know how, if we're gonna be able to do that. All right, so hey y'all, we're gonna do a updated, kind of like a story time. Not really, we're just gonna talk about, we're kind of just gonna talk about
story time. We ain't finna read no book.
That's what it's called,
a story time,
when you talk about stuff that's happening. Yeah. But anyways, it's not even going to be a story time, because we're actually just going to talk about stuff that's been going on right now. So, like, okay, babe, so how do you feel about being home?
shit. Like, truth be told, though, you feel me, 5-year transition, that shit is not, the business is not easy. Mm-hmm. On a personal level, more so on the nigga shit, you feel me? Nigga was like a chicken with his head cut off, you feel me? I lost all structure and discipline for a parent. I don't know, I just came out with a blind sight. I lost all that focus that I said I was gonna have. I just got distracted and was just getting consumed by what was around me, you feel me? Because there was just always so much excitement in. And then when you really just sit back and look at that shit, bro, that shit was bunk, bro. I just like being at home. I don't know, I just missed you, really.
For me, it has been a roller coaster.
Well, I mean, half of that shit, that roller coaster you finna mention, got to do with me being distracted. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of bullshit in between that process and what I was in. Hey, buddy, you see what we trying to do? Well, I mean, truth be told, it wouldn't even be really like a good storyline, because it was kind of like more so on me trying to figure out who and where I belong. You feel me? Trying to catch up and feel like I can conquer and take over so much shit, because I felt like I was just so ready to do everything, but it came at me too fast, not to mention already the personal feelings I was dealing with. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about right here, though. My nigga, man. My little brother. Rest in peace. But yeah, dealing with all that shit and accepting shit, man, it's just time to, you know what I'm saying? What I'm really more so on right now is really giving this shit a chance, like my marriage. Like, I've been married for a whole year, you feel me? I got married 11 months prior to my release, you feel me? And I don't know. I just ain't gave this shit a chance, you feel me? Now that I'm actually sitting down. And it's crazy because it had not been for this corona shit, niggas been sitting down, you feel me? Not trying to formulate a plan or whatever, you feel me? Nigga probably would have never knew what this shit could have been, you feel me? But the fact that we gotta sit down and I really just sat down and I gave this shit a chance, bro, this shit like the best thing in every world I could ever feel, bro. This shit make a nigga feel like, I wouldn't know how to explain it, bro. Like, I be feeling like I was trying to find a void or something, fill a void that can't never be replaced, or you feel me? And I can't never find nothing or nobody to replace my brother, and I ain't trying to, but for the meantime, between time, bro, right here with you, though, tear on some real shit, like, this shit like the best thing that ever happened to me, for real. On some real shit. I ain't even finna lie. Like, this like the best thing that ever happened to me.
But, hi guys. If you don't know, my name is Tiara, and this is my channel. Yeah, so back to the question. So the question was how I feel about everything since, like, post-release, and how I feel about being married for that first year that we've been married. So all in all, I feel like everything has been a learning experience. Especially for me, because I don't know, but I think most girls, when you get married, or even when you get into a relationship, you kind of like picture how you want everything to be, and you kind of like have like your own way of thinking of how everything's gonna go, and not everything ever goes the way that you plan. Well, sometimes, but most of the time it's kind of like never. So that's basically what happened to me. I'm not gonna lie, the whole time that we did together, I kind of felt like I already kind of knew what was gonna happen. Like I was like, oh, he's gonna come home and this is gonna happen, then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that. And it was like nothing happened the way I expected it to be. And it was kind of selfish of me in a way to think that things were gonna be peachy keen, mind you, because like it was kind of like we were meeting each other all over again, having to learn like the new things, because I mean 5 years is a long time. So that in itself was a big obstacle to get over. I feel like for him, and I could be wrong, but this is how I feel, but I feel like everything all hit him at once. So it was like transitioning from prison, then coming home and having a wife and a life and a home and all these things that you have to take care of, on top of, you know, people that he didn't really see when he was there or hear about when he was there, you know what I mean? So he had all these things that he had to kind of like obstacles that he had to deal with all at once, and it was just a lot all at once, basically, is just how we can explain that. So it's been a really hard transition. It's been a learning experience. You know, not everything's gonna be perfect. A lot of things that you want in your life takes work. So I'm not gonna get on here and say, oh, everything's great, we're doing amazing. We are doing good. It's just, we just have to learn how to help one another and reach the goals that we are trying to reach. So that's kind of just been it. Living together wasn't hard at all, because I mean we lived together before, so it was just kind of like the same. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My dog's sleeping. But for the future, I kind of do want to make sure that we are always on the same page, which means we have to communicate with one another. I think it's hard too, because we're so different. We came from 2 different places, like just different up across the board, and I feel like with that, communication is definitely key, because we don't understand another person's perspective unless we communicate why or what's going on, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of the biggest thing, and that's basically what we've been learning in these past couple months, has just been communication and like loving someone at the same time as loving yourself. Let's talk about that, because that is very hard. Okay, like for me personally, it's like, how do you say, like learning to love yourself in a relationship with somebody else. So you have to love somebody else, but you have to realize that, like, because I don't know, maybe not everybody's the same way, but for me, when I'm in a relationship with somebody or I really care about somebody, it's kind of like my all goes into that. So I focus mainly on that, trying to help you get to where you need to be, supporting you so that you reach your goals, blah, 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 blah. Trying to make sure that you get to where you need to be. But by doing that, I have learned that I have stopped doing the things that I like to do, or the things that I need to do for myself. And it's so hard, because I feel like when you're in the midst of doing it, you don't really realize it. But you're all in yourself and still have enough strength to be there for somebody else. Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe it doesn't. But it's just really been hard for me, like super hard. Because I have to realize that I'm important too. And I think it's a girl thing, honestly, because a lot of females that I see, you know, not even just like people on the street, but like celebrities and things, like it's like when they get into a relationship, they may stop doing music, or they may stop, you know, doing a lot of things that they would normally do, because they're so into what's going on with them or their relationship at that moment. So I mean, I feel like across the board, it's really hard to do that. So I don't know, but maybe I could be wrong. But anyways, that's my goal. I want to be able to accomplish not to say I haven't accomplished, because I did accomplish a lot of things, but I want to be able to love myself wholeheartedly. Like, I want to love myself a lot. I'm just kidding. Might cut that out. But I want to love myself as well, or almost as much, or even more than I love others, so that I'm always putting myself first. That sounds super selfish. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about? You guys, I don't know. But anyways, everything else has been good. You know what an ultimate goal is, actually? Being happy without needing others to make you happy. Like, do you get that? Like, basically, for me, I always thought, like, for me to be happy, I have to, like, everybody around me has to be, like, happy. Or how do you say, like, not everybody around me has to be happy. I want to be able to be happy regardless to anybody else, or what anybody else has to say, what everybody else does, like their mood or whatever, because that is an ultimate goal. To be able to find happiness in yourself to where you don't need it. You don't need reassurance from others. That's it. Okay, I don't know what that was, but I think that's pretty much it, though. Yeah, those are the new goals. So yeah, like I said, I feel like everything is a learning experience. So I feel like we just need to move forward together. Yeah. What I do want to say, though, is I've been getting some negative comments on my channel. I get negative like I get negative messages on my Instagram, things like that. And I just want you to know, like, yeah, sometimes I do read them, but for the most part, like, I don't, because you have a problem with me, honey, it's because you have a problem with yourself. Because there's no reason for you to have a problem with me. If you do have a problem with me, it's probably because of my husband. And that's just a fact. To message me and tell me that my hair is ugly, or that I'm fat, or whatever you think at that moment, because I honestly don't care, and I can live my life continuing to have ugly hair or fat body. So thanks for that. I wanted to also say, like, I decided to talk about my diagnosis and be open with it because I want to spread awareness to those that are dealing with the same thing, as well as kind of have like a opening for me to be able to talk about it. In that sense, I've already came to terms to what my diagnosis is. I've already came to terms with things that are added because of my diagnosis. So you getting on there making fun of me because of my diagnosis, or anything because of my diagnosis, does not hurt my feelings. It actually just shows me what type of person that you are, because it's something that I have to live with for the rest of my life. So for you to kid or joke or say any of those things about me, again, that has nothing to do with me. That has something to do with you. And I hope everybody has a great day and continues to do great things. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of my video. So bye.